Hello, I'm Sharon Hurley from the National Kidney Foundation. Here at WBOC's Historic Studio D, you're watching Delmarva Life.
Sharon and Lydia, what an incredible story the two of them
Wonderful
have.
story.
Well, in the past 20 years, Americans have really gained an appreciation for a good cup of coffee. Many of us won't settle for the weak and watery coffee our grandmothers used to make.
Also becoming educated on what makes a good cup of coffee, and that's why the Point Coffee and Bake Shop in Rehoboth Beach roasts its coffee on site.
And as I recently found out, the perfect cup of joe takes a perfect mix of science and senses.
Sean Hickson loves coffee.
I drink it so many different ways and all the time. I'm usually pretty wired till about 4 o'clock.
As a member of the Coffee Roasters Guild, he also knows a lot about coffee.
The Roasters Guild, I'll be certified, I'm guessing by the end of March. I finally have all the hours in behind a roaster.
And that's saying a lot considering the process of getting coffee beans from here to here. A process that takes an incredible amount of math, knowledge of basic science, and sharp senses, all 5 to be exact. Once the beans are in the hopper, Sean waits for the roaster to hit 450 degrees. Sean says more than 10,000 chemical reactions take place in a bean during the roasting time. That's why it's crucial to watch time and temperature. Sean's also watching the color of the beans.
We started with the beans were a green color, yellowish green, and the yellow is really starting to come out of it now.
Along with the color, attention is given to the smell of the beans.
When it gets to its yellowest, it's going to smell like a summer hay field. It's going to smell like dried hay, maybe like in August or September. And just after that yellowing phase, it's going to start to smell like toasted grains.
That's when Sean turns his attention back to the temperature. When it hits 355 to 365 degrees, he listens to the beans.
I hear it.
Now you can hear it churning, but there are distinct pops in there as well. And that's the bean expanding and releasing its gases that's building up inside there right now.
Then it's back to watching the time.
And I can tell by looking at it that we've got less than a minute and a half till we're done.
And the shape of the beans, specifically the curve of the bean at the seam. Another sound, this time a crackling noise.
You hear the cracking?
Signals when it's time to release the beans out of the roaster. The roasting is done in the front of the shop, something shop owner Stephen Cobb says gives an already pleasant experience some added magic.
We're very fortunate. We roast all our own coffee here. People sit down, they meet, they talk about family, friends, over a cup of coffee. And it develops quite a bit of fellowship and conversation. And here at the Point, that occurs every day.
And the perfect complement? Delicious pastries and desserts.
And all of it goes very, very well with a cup of coffee. And that's what we center everything around.
And with countless varieties of coffee beans in the world, there's a flavor for every taste.
Now the one that we roasted today is a pretty special bean. I think it is anyway. This is a naturally processed Ethiopian Sidamo. It imparts a lot of fruity flavors into it because it has longer time inside the fruit. It also makes for an uneven roast, which excites me because the lighter roast beans that happen in there and the darker beans, even though they all came from the same plant, the same plantation, processed by the same people, one bean's going to roast a little darker and one's going to roast a little lighter, and this gives a really good full flavor profile.
And if you're not sure what your taste in coffee is beyond light, medium, and dark roast, don't worry, just look for Sean. He'll help you sort it all out.
The Point also roasts coffee for Victoria's Restaurant in Rehoboth Beach and other businesses in the area. You can even have a special blend created for your business or special event.
How about that? And once you start your day with that coffee and those sweet treats, perhaps you're going to need a little help getting to sleep. Well, up next on Delmarva Life, something as simple as a bowl of soup can help. We're going to share with you the recipe. Plus, learn about other foods that might just help you catch those Z's.
And speaking of sleep, Dr. Oz says it can go a long way in helping you shed any extra weight.
Hi, I'm Dr. Oz. Research shows that lack of sleep can sabotage weight loss. Exercise at least 20 minutes a day. You'll drift more easily into a deep sleep and activate fat-burning hormones. Stop hitting the snooze button. It interrupts those final minutes of REM sleep. Set your alarm for the last possible minute before you get out of bed.